Hi again then guys, and so we've got another GranTurismo 6 PP specific circuit setup for you today. And this time it's for one of my personal favourite circuit cars, the R33 Nissan Skyline GT-R. This is the premium model V-Spec, and this is for the 575 PP category. As far as this car's purpose, this is designed, particularly this tune of course, is designed for tracks which require a mixture of straight line speed but also handling and manoeuvrability, drivability and grip. So basically tracks which have plenty of straight sections but also corners, so that just sheer power isn't enough. Tracks such as Monza or Silverstone, that kind of thing. So I'd recommend having racing soft tyres, but obviously that's down to personal preference. For suspension, I've got the ride height on 90, front and rear. Springs on 450 and 4. Dampers and anti-roll to 4. Neutral camber and toe. For the gearbox, you want an auto setting as high as it goes. And then for the individual gears, and I believe I gave this one a gearbox flip from, I believe, 4,000. May have been 4.5, but I think it was 4,000 to allow it to reach these gear ratios of 2.7, 1.8, 1.3, 1, 800, and 650. For the differential, obviously wheel spin isn't a huge issue, but we've got low initial torque, high acceleration and low braking with a torque split of 30-70. As far as power, this does have an oil change, and you want your stage 3 engine tune, race exhaust, manifold, cat and intake tuning. I would recommend having NOS, but obviously that's a personal preference thing. Downforce I've got set as low as possible to keep the car fairly loose through the corners. And of course you want the full weight loss package. So that's it for the tune setup. Now let's take it out to the track to see what it's capable of. So for the sake of this test, I'll be testing this car on a track which I've actually created with the new editor. Some of you guys who are already on my friends list may have tested this track. It's available on my community page. It's a replica of a relatively lesser known racetrack. It's more of a test course. In real life it's based on an airfield. It's called Bruntingthorpe, and this is the half track layout that I've replicated on the game. It's not 100% replica of course, but fairly accurate, and this track is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a mixture of straight lines but also some pretty tight corners, so that vehicles that are only fast in a straight line will not necessarily have the advantage. Now the great thing about the R33 is, in my opinion at least, it has a better weight displacement over its body from front to rear than any of the other Skylines, I would say. I know the R32 is a very popular track model, the R34 is the obvious choice. The R33 sometimes is considered to be a little bit overweight and a little bit bulky compared to some. It's a little bit softer in its look. But overall, I would say this model is actually my favourite of all of the Skylines for its handling. It feels very loose, very easy to drive, really. It has enough grip to be fast, but it's also loose enough to really throw around corners. Top speed-wise, it's well over 200. You can see that here. I'm not even using NOS and easily getting up to those kind of speeds. It's got tons of draft potential, and the handling is, I would say, pretty much perfect. So if you decide to use this tune, I hope you find it fun and of course competitive. And if you're new to the channel or just found this helpful in general, feel free to subscribe. I put out new top speed tunes and updated track tunes, etc. every day. And as always, thanks for watching.